This is the most important video I will ever make in my life. No, that is not clickbait. How to analyze data in your content with a deck of cards. Let's get into it.
Okay, so in front of us we have three different videos. One video got 6K views, 2K views, 7K views, and then we have the ingredients of the video. I call these video chapters. So, for example, this would have been a hook with a hot take right into a historical story, and then a statistic, and then 3 action steps. Quick example. If you're not making carrots in your garden, you're an absolute loser. In fact, in 1933, carrots were the #1 most eaten food, and the life expectancy of people in 1933 was higher than ever. So here are 3 tips to live longer while putting carrots in your garden. Let's say you have posted these 3 videos. You need to now go make another video that is a 10 out of 10 video based off the information we have. So what are you going to do? Let's find some common similarities. The 2K video probably didn't do very well, so we can just move this completely off the board. It was a flop for a reason. Let's look at these 2. Okay, we have 2 hooks that might have done well. We're not sure which one was better, okay? But the rest, we have a commonality here, and you probably are starting to see it. Okay, there it is. We know that our audience likes historical stories. Now, what else does our audience like? Well, there was something here where there was an acronym or kind of this 3-step process at the end, and there was also a math and a statistics. So they like something about numbers, and they like stepped process. But we want to figure out which was better. So we go into the comments, and we see what people were relating to. Okay, it turns out nobody commented about the statistic at all. Okay, great. In fact, we had a bunch of people asking about the second action step. Let's say that second action step was specifically about soil. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the other 3 action steps, and we're only going to make a video with an action step just about soil. So we have a historical story going straight into an action step on how to do the soil, and then we have something here with the mathematical breakdown that might have landed. We're not entirely sure. We know people didn't love the statistic, but for some reason there were numbers involved that did well. So we're going to move this to the end of the video, and we're going to try to get creative. Maybe it's a mathematical breakdown, maybe it's a statistic, but we're going to keep iterating. Now, which hook one? We're going to go based off of most people viewed after 3 seconds. You can see this in your analytics. Let's say it was the quick how-to. Okay, so we went from 3 videos down to 1, and we have our new video. How to make carrots that help you live longer. We make a new historical story. Okay, we don't have to go back and do the exact same story. It's the principle that people loved. We know that people loved soil whenever we did the 3 action steps last time. So we're going to make a single action step on how to make your soil great for it. And then we're going to do a quick little mathematical breakdown and see if this does well. This is how you use data. This video goes from freaking 6K viewed video to, I don't even know, freaking 77K view video. Let me know if you have any questions.
This company just analyzed 1,000 videos, all with over 100,000 views, and they have a list of the top 10 aspects of each video and what they all have in common. I'm gonna start at the bottom, I'm gonna go to the top, I'm gonna say what I agree with, disagree with, maybe some ways that the study could have been skewed or misaligned, but also some practical tips along the way. Starting at the bottom, we all know this. Nobody cares about professional editing. Professional editing has moved on, and I would even say that on TikTok, this is even more important. If I had to guess, this was probably a TikTok study, because on Instagram I believe that there's still value in some high quality editing and production, but not crazy graphics. I think that is out. People don't care anymore. Number 2, multiple hooks. Let's talk about that for a second. Multiple hook is whenever you're trying to get someone to watch the video. You say this, but then you say, but first this, but then this, and then this. One caveat is the concept of a super hook. If you are someone who does not have credibility to make content, you've never done anything, or people don't know who you are, you need to add a super hook. It is the 2nd or 3rd sentence in your video, and it just tells people very subtly why they should listen to you. So sometimes what I will say is, hey guys, here are 3 tips to, I won't say hey guys, here are 3 tips to analyze content. I've worked with some of the top creators doing over $1 million a year, and they all do this one thing. Okay, that little super hook of saying I've worked with all these big creators that have done over $1 million a year, that is a super hook. So sometimes multiple hooks are necessary, depends on where you're at in your journey, but if you're doing clickbaity hooks, trying to literally try to get someone to watch over and over again, they're going to get annoyed, they're not giving them the value. Number 3, entertainment. I was listening to Oren John on a podcast today, and he was asked, is entertainment or education still in? And a lot of people are swinging entertainment, and Oren made an argument that education is still king, but the greats can do both. Number 3, lo-fi content. I don't even know what that means. Number 5, evoking curiosity. I think this is where the study gets skewed a little bit. I believe that this should be higher up the list based off of the data that I have pulled in the studies that I have done. I wonder if the person running the study truly knows the complexities of the subconscious mind's curiosity, the combo between the 3 hooks, the combo of curiosity loops, or if they're only looking for hooks that say, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you this. So, for what it's worth, I think evoking curiosity is higher. Mass appeal, we talk about this all the time. This is your TAM. This is the difference between saying 15 tips to do better bicep curls if you are a college girl trying not to get too ripped. Okay? That's only going to appeal to a finite audience. Where if I say 15 tips for greater bicep curls for anyone trying to get more ripped, that's going to expand the TAM. Okay? So you got to think about that. TAM is extremely important. Extremely important. I would say anything from here up is like 10 out of 10 important. Okay. Let me just move my little thing down. All right. Next. Storytelling. Storytelling is massive. We all knew this, but there's complexities to this. What they don't mean is once upon a time in the woods, there was a high elf, and the high elf had pointy ears. No. It's, do you understand the structure of a story? Rising action, climax, falling action. Do you know how to open up curiosity loops? Can you make contrast? Do you understand literary devices? This is something I talk about all the time. Can you weave in a metaphor? Can you go into a historical reference? Can you quote your favorite entrepreneur? Can you break down your story by going to the whiteboard and doing a math equation real quick to prove your point? This is what storytelling is, and you loop all these together to create a great video. Okay, next. Captions. I think this one's just an obvious one. You gotta have captions. Now, the better the caption, the more intriguing. I think a lot of people sleep on captions. You can get a lot of video looping. You can also use your caption to add nuance. You should not add nuance in a video. Instead, you should add nuance in the caption. The last thing that captions are good for, captions are great for taking a stance. What do I mean by that? Someone who reads the caption is extremely close to leaving a comment. Okay, if you think about your video as a funnel, the viewer, the hook is the top of the funnel, the rest of the video is the middle of the funnel, the caption is even like the middle bottom, and then leaving a comment and sharing or clicking off into a lead magnet is the bottom of funnel inside of your video. Now, whenever you take a stance in your caption, you call someone stupid, you say that a conspiracy theory is 100% real, you say that these people are better than these people, not in a racist way. People will go to the comments now because they're so close to leaving a comment. They'll just go to the comments. Now, talk about something new. If you made me choose my top three